bad about winning a championship, but you don't want to just waste the opportunity because you don't know if you ever have it again, right? And they're really hard to come by. So, being the current champion comes with a lot of responsibility, and you don't want to waste that.
You've always seemed as someone who welcomes that responsibility and really embraces that spokesperson role. How do you envision the next year being that voice once again?
Well, I'm only like that because other drivers were like that for me. And to me, that's what a true champion is somebody that understands that we are here because of the people before us, whether it's the other media members before you guys, the other drivers before me, the crew chiefs before those crew chiefs, owners before me. There was all those legends grew the industry that we all reap the benefits of today. But if we don't do the same thing for the next generation, then our sport will die. And one, that makes me really sad to think that's even possible, but it is. Right? You can't just get comfortable and expect everything to keep going the way it is. You got to keep working at it. So I look forward to the opportunity to take on that role and help where I can. Right? I mean, there's a lot of questions I've asked already, and a lot of things that say, well, can we do this or can we do that, or we can do this a little better next time. It's important to give the feedback back, but also be looking to do more as well.
Has it said in the list that you've joined as a 3-time champion, and do you feel like, hey, I'm here, I deserve to be a part of that, or is it still kind of surreal?
I haven't thought about it that much. I mean, the list is surreal for sure, but it's not the motivator to me. I said that before Phoenix, that's not the driver behind wanting to win another championship. And I got this in my speech tonight, but it's just about the 20 minutes when you get out of the car. Like that's what it's for. That moment when you get out of the car for the first time and you see your family, your team, there's no other moment in your life that you can ever compare it to. And you just want to experience that more than once, right? Once you know what that is, it's incredible. And I think there's only, think about the athletes that I can actually say they've experienced that, right? I mean, you can't see that or feel that any other way besides reaching the top of your sport, whether it's football or the Olympics or whatever it may be. Reaching that moment is really, really neat. Saturday night before the race, we're watching the Xfinity race in the bus. And, I know Justin decently, and I don't know him really well, but seeing him celebrate with his family, just hit a nerve for me, right? Where I was just, I'm sitting there watching, crying. And I'm like, because I understand, the emotion that's there. And I end up being like that watching any professional sports, like a championship game. I watch it and you get emotional because I know what that feeling is, and you kind of reminisce a little bit of what that was like for you. That's really the motivator behind what we do every day.
Have you heard from anybody that might have surprised you or made you feel really good, offering congratulations to you? What was that like in the days and the couple of weeks since then?
You hear from, you get a lot of text messages for sure, and I still didn't respond to all of them. But, I don't know if there's anyone in particular that stands out. I mean, you just like hearing from the people you care about the most. Those are the ones that matter to me, I don't want this to sound bad. I don't care if it's someone famous that text or call me that I don't know. It just doesn't mean that much to me. The people that I know and have relationships with, that's what matters the most. I always laugh, though. You get all these text messages when you win, right? And they're like, oh, good job. I'm like, yeah, I know. I said, can you text me when we don't do good? Because that would feel a little bit better, I need a little, it's all right, keep digging, it's going to be okay. Maybe that would be better. No one texts you when you lose, though. Only your real friends do.
Like celebrating your family this time versus 2018. I mean, that was a long time ago in kids' years, right?
Yeah. Honestly, that photo of the 5 of us going up to grab the checkered flag, that's the photo. That's it. We when we were driving in Wednesday night, we were all driving over the bridge there, and kids are in the back being kids, and I'm like, hey, we win this thing on Sunday night. We're all going up to get the flag. And they're like, yeah, they're all cheering in the back. Like, all right, we're going to do it. We're all going to do donuts. All 5 of us are going to get in the car. That was the plan. I said, no one's ever done that, right? Like, let's do it. And, to celebrate together when they first got there and see my wife. Everybody's in this together. It's hard, right? You think about it. Like, there's our spouses, everybody's here. Like, they're home alone, and things happen, right? Kids get hurt. Stuff breaks at the house. Like, stupid stuff happens, and you're not there to help. So it takes an army to make it all happen, and a pretty tough spouse to make it happen as well. So to celebrate together, that means even more. So grabbing the flag was great. We did not get all 5 of us in the car. Amelia, our daughter, she said no. I had the boys in there. She said, not happening. So just the boys trip.
What's it been like as Joey, as a dad, winning this third one with your family and your team and everything? Not just your family, but your team as well. You said you won this for your team and your family.
Yeah.
Joey, as the dad, after winning your third, what's that?
A little bit more selfish than I am now. And, I wanted it for me, not really for anybody else. But at that time, I didn't realize how much it impacted everybody else until afterwards, when you go around and you go visit all the, the headquarters, you go see Roush Yates, you go back to Team Penske, and you understand the impact that it made on everybody. And that turned my opinion on why I wanted to win championships, because it impacts the people that you care about, right? The people that you know, and that becomes the driver, right? Like those moments of seeing people celebrate together, understanding that they're getting a bonus, like that's big. That's a big deal. Like I like that part, and that I can help be a part of delivering that.
One of the 3-time champions you tied was Tony Stewart. Have you been tasked with replacing him at such a young age, and the way that kind of went? Is there pride? Is there a sense of pride in tying Tony in championships now?
Yeah, there's a little pride there because it didn't go as well as I wanted to, and there's a lot of struggles there to even be racing. So there's a lot of pride there.
Y'all were besties too for a while.
Sort of. Sort of, kind of, but I did make a joke to my dad afterwards because he, the silver spoon comment, and that always pissed me off, which is what he was trying to do. He did a good job at it. But kind of feels cool that the silver spoon's got 3 championships like he does now. I kind of like that.
In addition, you're now tied with Brad for the 24th in the all-time win list, along with going up in titles. Just how does it feel just rising higher and higher in that list with an elite company?
I do look at it. I'd be lying to say if I didn't take a look every now and then. Where are we at? But it's neat to see the other drivers that are around you, and it's still kind of surreal when you see the names, because there's a lot of them are like true legends of the sport that grew the sport, or ones you grew up watching. I'm like, wow, I'm up there with those guys now. It's surreal. It's hard to put into words what that means or what it's like. It's just kind of cool, and then you keep moving, right? Like it's like, oh, kind of neat. Like that's like the Monday morning after a win. Like you look as though, where am I at now? And you look and you see it, and you're cool, back to work. Like it's just what it is.
2 more, 23. 3 more, 21.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Who's next?
Joey, what is something that we, the public, don't understand that goes into winning a championship, and that fine line between you sitting here or somebody else that, we can appreciate the talent and the accomplishment, but maybe we don't truly understand some of the things that we don't see that goes on?
I'd say the mental side of racing for a championship or competing for championships is something that I don't think everyone can understand. Right, we all have the pressure of life, right, that hits you in different ways, and it could be different things, right? It could be financial, it could be with your family, it could be, health, right? Those type of pressures, but you have time to think those out a little bit. But this is all coming down to one day. You have an opportunity to make history, to impact so many families that are counting on you to do it. And it's going to come down to a split decision, right? A quick decision, right? Turning underneath those guys on the restart to win the championship. It's going to come down to a moment like that, and you know that's going to happen. Like, there's going to be a moment that, and then you also have the fear of losing, right? That pressure. Like, it's just, man, we got this far and we didn't capitalize, or a mistake that you made. I mean, you'd be lying to yourself if you didn't think about that stuff, right? Like, everybody does. And it's how you handle that that makes the difference. That makes you a true threat when you get there. And that's why I talk about pressure so much. And it makes me better for whatever reason. Like, that's why I always add the pressure when we go into the championship 4. I always say the big things. I want more pressure on me. I want more on my team. I want that feeling. It makes it more uncomfortable. It sucks, but it makes us better. And so I always play it that direction. But it's hard. I mean, it's harder than you think. It's uncomfortable. You don't sleep much at all. Like, you're just thinking, right? You're stressed out. I've been sick since the day before the race. I got sick. I'm still sick. Sorry, guys. I would think after 2 weeks I'm not contagious anymore. But it's just been it's a lot. It's a lot that goes on, and your body is just